Hello, everyone. Welcome to Talk English Today, the podcast where we help you improve your English skills with confidence and ease. I'm Alex, your host for today, and I'm joined by my fantastic co-host, Aria. How are you doing today, Aria?
Hi, Alex. I'm doing really well, thank you, and hello to all our amazing listeners. Whether you're just beginning to learn English or aiming to sharpen your skills, we're here to guide you every step of the way.
That's right, Aria. And today we've got an exciting and practical topic lined up for you. Speaking practice at home. Effective tips for fluency. It's packed with advice to help you practice and improve your English right where you are. So grab your notebook and let's dive in. Practicing English at home is one of the most effective ways to improve your fluency. But let's be honest, many learners wonder, how do I practice speaking when I don't have a partner?
That's such a common question, Alex. And the good news is, you don't need a partner to practice speaking English. There are so many creative and effective ways to improve your speaking skills, even on your own.
Exactly. In today's episode, we're going to share some practical tips and exercises that you can start using right away. These strategies are simple but powerful and will make your home practice both fun and effective.
And here's a little teaser. Towards the end, we'll also share motivational advice to help you stay on track with your English speaking goals. So, don't go anywhere.
Let me share a quick story. When I first started practicing English at home, I would stand in front of a mirror and talk to myself. At first, it felt so awkward. I even laughed at myself a few times. But over time, it became a habit, and it really helped me feel more confident when speaking in real situations.
That's such a great approach, Alex. For me, I used to record my voice while reading simple sentences or telling a short story. Listening to the recordings was tough at first. I didn't like how I sounded. But over time, I could hear the improvements in my pronunciation and fluency, and it gave me so much motivation to keep going.
I can totally relate to that. It's those small daily habits that really build up your confidence. Talking to a mirror or recording yourself may seem strange at first, but it helps you focus on your pronunciation, expression, and even body language.
Exactly. And the best part is, there's no pressure. You're practicing in a safe space, so there's no fear of being judged. That freedom helps you learn and grow at your own pace.
And that's the key: consistent, judgment-free practice. It might feel uncomfortable in the beginning, but trust me, the progress you'll make is worth it.
Absolutely, everyone's journey is different, but these personal habits can set a strong foundation for your English fluency.
All right, let's dive into some effective tips for practicing English speaking at home. The first one is something I swear by: self-talk. This means narrating your actions or thinking out loud in English. It's a great way to practice forming sentences naturally.
That's such a practical tip, Alex. For example, while cooking, you can say, "I'm chopping vegetables," or "I need to boil some water." You're practicing vocabulary and sentence structure at the same time.
Exactly. Self-talk is so versatile. You can do it anywhere, anytime. Another fantastic method is shadowing. This means listening to an English speaker and repeating what they say, mimicking their tone, pronunciation, and rhythm.
Shadowing is amazing. It's like having a virtual speaking coach. You can use podcasts, movies, or even YouTube videos for this. Choose something that interests you, listen carefully, and try to copy it as closely as possible.
And here's another simple yet powerful tip. Read out loud. Grab a book, an article, or even the subtitles of a movie or show, and read the words clearly and slowly. This improves your pronunciation and helps you get used to the flow of English.
Reading out loud is great, especially if you focus on enunciating each word. And if you want to take it a step further, try recording yourself as you read. When you listen back, you'll notice areas to improve and celebrate the progress you've made.
Speaking of recording, don't forget about technology. Apps like voice-to-text tools can be a fun way to practice. You can say a sentence and see how accurately the app transcribes it. It's like getting instant feedback.
That's such a cool idea, Alex. Technology really makes learning easier these days, And let's not overlook the importance of creating your own scenarios. Pretend you're ordering food at a restaurant or asking for directions. Practice dialogues you might use in real life.
That's a fun way to practice. You can even write down a script and act it out. Add some creativity. Imagine you're speaking to a waiter or introducing yourself to a new friend. It's a safe and engaging way to get comfortable with speaking.
And don't forget to incorporate music or songs into your practice. Singing along to English songs can improve your pronunciation and help you remember phrases naturally. Plus, it's so much fun.
Yes, music is a fantastic tool. One more thing, if you have access to online platforms, consider joining language exchange groups or communities. Talking to other learners or native speakers can give you real-world practice.
Absolutely. Practicing with others is invaluable, even if it's just once a week. But remember, even if you're practicing alone, these tips can take your English to the next level. The key is consistency and a little creativity.
That's right, Arya. Practice doesn't have to be boring. The more you mix it up and make it enjoyable, the more progress you'll see.
And no matter what method you choose, keep reminding yourself that every word you speak brings you closer to fluency. Small steps add up to big results.
So, whether you're shadowing, talking to yourself, or singing your favorite songs, the important thing is to keep speaking. Remember, practice makes progress.
Exactly. And with these tips, practicing English at home can be effective, enjoyable, and rewarding. Let's give our listeners some simple exercises to try at home that will help them build their speaking skills. First up, one of my favorites, mirror speaking. It might sound a bit unusual at first, but it's incredibly helpful. Simply talk to yourself about your day or any topic while looking in the mirror. You'll get used to hearing your voice and seeing how you form your sentences.
Absolutely. Mirror speaking is great for building confidence, and you can practice both your speaking and your body language at the same time. You can describe what you're doing, like, I'm cooking dinner, or talk about your plans for the day.
Exactly. It helps with fluency too. The more you do it, the easier it becomes to speak clearly and confidently. Another great exercise is recording your voice. It can be a little intimidating, but it's such a valuable tool for self-assessment.
Yes, record yourself talking about any topic for 1 minute. Don't worry if it's not perfect. Then, listen to the recording and notice what you're doing well and what could use improvement. Pay attention to things like pronunciation, grammar, and sentence structure.
It's all about identifying areas where you can get better. Sometimes when we're speaking, we don't notice small mistakes, but when you listen to the recording, it's easier to spot them.
Definitely. And you can do this exercise as often as you like, even daily, to track your progress. Another effective exercise is using flashcards. You can write a word on one side and create a sentence using it on the other side. It's a fantastic way to reinforce vocabulary and improve sentence formation.
Flashcards are a classic for a reason. You can focus on one word or a group of words each day, then create sentences and practice saying them out loud. It'll help you become comfortable with using new words in conversation.
Here's a tip. Try to use the flashcards in real-life situations. For example, if you've learned the word cook, you can try to use it in different sentences like, I like to cook dinner every evening, or I'm learning how to cook Italian food.
I love that. Using flashcards in context really helps solidify new vocabulary. And here's another exercise to try. Set a timer for 5 minutes and talk non-stop about anything in English. This is a great way to practice thinking quickly in English and speaking without hesitation.
It's a challenge, but it's so rewarding. You can talk about your favorite hobby, a recent trip, or just describe something around you. The key is to keep talking. Even if you make mistakes, don't stop. Just keep the conversation going.
Exactly. The goal is to build fluency. The more you practice thinking on your feet, the easier it will be to speak naturally in real conversations. Don't worry about perfection. Just focus on expressing your ideas.
And the great thing about this exercise is that you don't need a partner to practice. You're working on your ability to organize your thoughts and speak more fluidly, and that's a skill that will pay off when you're having a conversation with someone else.
Right. It's important to push yourself out of your comfort zone a little. If you can speak for 5 minutes straight, it'll feel so much easier to hold a conversation for longer periods of time.
Now, these exercises are simple, but they can have a big impact. They'll help you build confidence, fluency, and speaking skills, all from the comfort of your own home.
Exactly. The key is consistency. If you make these exercises part of your daily routine, you'll notice improvement in no time, and most importantly, enjoy the process. Speaking English doesn't have to be stressful.
That's the spirit area. Make it fun and rewarding. The more you practice, the more comfortable and confident you'll become in using English.
Remember, practice is progress, so grab your mirror, your flashcards, and your timer, and start practicing today.
Remember, it's okay to make mistakes. They're part of the learning process, and each mistake helps you improve. It's completely normal to feel a little frustrated at times, but don't let it stop you. Each time you try, you're one step closer to fluency.
Exactly. Mistakes are actually a sign that you're pushing yourself and learning. Celebrate your small wins. Maybe today you learned a new phrase or spoke confidently for the first time. Every bit of progress counts, no matter how small.
And it's so important to recognize those small victories. For example, if you've been struggling with a certain word and finally get it right, that's a huge achievement. Give yourself credit for every step you take toward improvement.
Yes, don't wait until you speak perfectly to celebrate. Each milestone is worth acknowledging. The more you celebrate, the more motivated you'll feel to keep going. It's all about building that positive momentum.
Another great tip is to remind yourself why you're learning English in the first place. Is it for work, travel, or personal growth? When you connect your learning to something meaningful, it gives you that extra push to keep practicing, even when it gets tough.
That's right. Whether you're learning for career advancement, for the chance to travel, or just to feel more confident in your daily life, keeping those goals in mind can really fuel your motivation. Write your goals down somewhere where you can see them often and use them as a reminder of why you're working hard.
Sometimes we get so focused on the bigger picture that we forget how far we've come. It's easy to look at the goal of fluency and feel overwhelmed, but if you break it down and look at the progress you've already made, you'll realize how much you've accomplished.
That's true. For instance, you might start by knowing just a few words, but over time, you'll find yourself understanding more and speaking more naturally. The journey to fluency isn't always a straight line. It's full of ups and downs, but every effort counts.
Exactly. And remember, you don't have to do it all alone. Find a support system. Whether it's a language partner, a tutor, or a group of friends who are also learning, having people to encourage you along the way makes a huge difference.
Yes, support can make the process feel less daunting. You can share your challenges and celebrate each other's victories. And even if you don't have someone to practice with, there are online communities, apps, and other resources that can provide support.
And the best part is, you're not just learning English. You're also developing a growth mindset. That means you're seeing mistakes as opportunities to improve, and you're not afraid to keep pushing forward, no matter how hard it may seem.
Exactly, Alex. Fluency doesn't happen overnight, and it's okay if it takes time. The important thing is that you're consistent with your practice. The more time you invest, the more you'll see amazing results.
That's the key, consistency. Even if you can only spare 10 minutes a day, just showing up and practicing consistently will lead to improvement over time.
Consistency is the real secret. And while it might not always feel like you're making huge leaps every day, trust us. Small, consistent efforts add up to big results in the long run.
So don't get discouraged. You're doing great, and every step forward counts. Keep practicing, stay positive, and remember that you're getting closer to your goal with each day that passes.
You've got this. The path to fluency can be challenging, but you are more than capable of reaching your goals. Stay motivated, be kind to yourself, and enjoy the journey.
We believe in you, and we're here cheering you on every step of the way.
Exactly. Keep going, keep practicing, and soon you'll see just how much progress you've made. Thanks for joining us today.
Take care and keep speaking English.
Before we end, we'd love to hear from you. What's your favorite way to practice English at home? Share your tips in the comments. We'd love to know what's been working for you.
And don't forget, subscribe to Talk English Today for more tips and fun episodes. If you found this episode helpful, share it with a friend who's also learning English. The more, the merrier.
Thanks for joining us today. Remember, the more you practice, the closer you get to fluency. Keep going and don't give up. Every step is progress.
Take care, and we'll see you in the next episode of Talk English Today. Bye for now.